David Warner smashed 82-ball century against West Indies. Daniel Vittori completed his Test century on 82 balls versus Zimbabwe. Brian Lara smashed 82-ball century against Australia. Ross Taylor made 81-ball century against Australia. Former Pakistani keeper Kamran Akmal made 81-ball century against India. Mahela Javardene completed his Test century on 81 balls versus Bangladesh. Harry Brook smashed 80-ball century against Pakistan in 2022. Sarfraz Ahmad completed his Test century on 80 balls versus Australia. Chris Gayle made 80-ball century against England. Chris Gayle made another century on 79 balls versus South Africa. David Warner completed his century on 78 balls versus Pakistan. Brendan McCullum completed his century on 78 balls versus Pakistan. Vrinder Sehwag made a century on 78 balls versus West Indies. Shahid Afridi smashed 78-ball century against India. Shahid Afridi also smashed a century on 78 balls versus West Indies. Johnny Bairstow made a century on 77 balls versus New Zealand. Brian Lara completed his century on 77 balls versus Pakistan. Mr. 360 Abby de Villiers made a century on 75 balls versus India. Brendan McCullum smashed another century on 74 balls against Sri Lanka. Kapil Dev completed his fastest century on 74 balls versus Sri Lanka. Muhammad Azharuddin completed his century on 74 balls versus South Africa. Majid Khan from Pakistan completed his century on 74 balls versus New Zealand. Colin de Grandhomme completed his century on 71 balls versus West Indies. Another century from Chris Gayle, which came from 70 balls versus Australia. David Warner completed his century on 69 balls versus India. Shiv Narayan Chandrapal completed his fastest century on 69 balls versus Australia. Adam Gilchrist made fastest century on 57 balls versus England. From Pakistan, Misbah Haq completed his fastest century on just 56 balls versus Australia. From West Indies, Sir Viv Richards completed his fastest century on 56 balls versus England. Brendan McCullum completed fastest century on 54 balls in the history of Test cricket versus Australia.